I am super excited to show you guys my new toy. The best way to put it. We're at the farm, and you know it's got to be something off-road. We're not going to just have something that's just for the streets here. And in true farm fashion, we've got a dirt bike. This thing is really different though, because first of all, it's electric. Second of all, it's not small. Like when I say it's not small, this is not like a little SURRON or pit bike per se. It's a little bigger than a pit bike, but it's not a full-grown dirt bike either. It's not a, you know, big 450 monster or anything like that. What we're looking at here is what I would consider the bridge between a full-blown dirt bike and a SURRON. I'm a huge SURRON fan. I've got the world's fastest SURRON. I love riding it. It's great. No complaints there. But it is a little on the dinky side when it comes to motorcycles, when it comes to, you know, going fast or having a lot of power. You definitely don't want to get caught trying to stop on a stock SURRON from like 60 miles per hour or something like that. Well, this kind of bridges that gap. We've got a lot more gear on this that's better suited for, you know, abuse and bashing and stuff like that. So I'll run you down kind of the quick list just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. So this is new for 2023. This bike has not hit the market yet. This is a brand new design from Apollo. I'm really excited to have one of the very first ones for testing, and we're going to be kind of just going through its paces to see how that goes. But first and foremost, let's talk about the bike dimensionally, see what we got. Weight wise, pretty light. We're like around 115, maybe 120 pounds. This is a really a lightweight category for dirt bikes, and it's comparable to pit bike weight, but it's got a little more dimensional size to it. One of those things is the wheelbase. So this wheelbase is about 6 inches longer than a SURRON, which is great. And part of that is due to this long trailing swing arm, which has a really nice attachment point all the way clear up here. Like on a SURRON, its swing arm attachment point's back here. So you've got a longer swing arm, longer overall wheelbase, which is going to translate to a far smoother ride over the bumps, which I'm excited to give that a whirl on some of the trails around here. Brakes, we got 4 piston calipers front and rear. That's SURRON-ish, but these calipers are a little bit beefier, a little bit bigger. They're a 210 millimeter, as you can see right there. And they're a little thicker too. So they'll be able to take a little more abuse, a little more heat, no problem. And that's good because the motor we've got here is more powerful and the battery is more powerful. This comes with a 72 volt battery from the factory, and the power on this is better than a SURRON as well. So the stock SURRON is a 5 kilowatt power rating, which is about right. We tested it on the dyno. This bike is advertised to put down 12 kilowatts. So over twice the power available. And it's got different ride modes, so that's a plus too. You can actually change the different ride modes here. So if you don't want to use all that power, you just want to go on a nice light trail ride, you can put it in turtle mode. It's got rabbit mode for, you know, mix of driving, and then it's got rocket mode for all the power. So we'll get into that as we go into the riding, but really, really excited about the power level of this bike. You don't have to do any modifications to it. We're going to get into the battery and the controller. We'll see exactly what we're working with there and see if there's any improvements we can make there if we need to. But outside of that, we've also got off-road running gear as well. Big knobby tires, not the little dinky stuff that's on the SURRON. This is actually a much wider, full-size motocross tire, basically. Look at the name of this tire, Farm Special. I love it because we're on a farm. Gotta be. You can see the 90-118. We got an 18-inch wheel in the back, 19-inch wheel in the front. Maybe you could be benefiting from a little bit bigger wheel in the front, maybe a 21 or a 20-inch wheel in the front, but we'll give it a whirl with that. We'll see how that feels. We've got a nice big motorcycle style suspension in the front. We got these protectors here, not bad, looking good. We've got some motocrossy stuff, plastics, that's not bad. You can take that stuff off if you want to. And overall, just a really attractive looking package. So let's take this thing for a spin and see what we're looking at. But I'm excited to get on this thing. Really cool. Battery is charged. Let's get into it. All right, let's do a little mini farm lap. Key on, full battery. You gotta hold the brake to get it to turn on so you can actually move. That's cool. Our ride mode is in Rabbit. Let's start down in Tortoise. All right, in Tortoise mode, we've got the lowest power. As you can see, really light, smooth takeoff. Even if I rip the throttle, this is like a good beginner's mode. Like if somebody's never rode a bike like this before, they want to get their feet wet. The cool thing about electric bikes is there's no clutch. If you let go of the throttle, the bike's gonna stop, even if you have the clutch out. And you don't have to worry about finding neutral. And with this low Tortoise mode, I'm gonna floor it. As you can see, really gradual buildup. And I mean, it gets up to a little bit of speed, but it's not something that's unmanageable. So this is good for trails, like, you know, slow trails. They advertise about 2 hours of ride time in this mode. So that's pretty significant. That's a big deal. 2 hours of riding around. And I mean, the speed's still probably about 20 miles an hour or so. So anyway, we'll now kind of bring it into Rabbit mode. So this is the second of our different modes. The Rabbit mode's going to be a little bit better. Let's see what that means. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're starting to feel like something. So power wise, Rabbit mode is way faster than a typical gas powered pit bike. I mean, that's nice. It's like almost wheelie power, I would say. And this actually feels like a stock SURRON, I would say. So this is probably around 5 kilowatts of power, maybe even a little more. I mean, it might be a little bit more. This feels like a stock SURRON though, as far as power goes. That's pretty nice. So this is a mode I would probably be riding on a lot. It's got plenty of power for all the normal stuff, for sure. Okay, let's try the rocket mode now and see what that gets us, because I'm sure that's going to be a little bit faster. Okay, so now let's put it in rocket and hit there's a separate button for rocket. That's cool. Rocket mode engaged. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, that's quick. Hey, I was leaning on the front end and the front end was still coming up. So in the rocket mode, we're definitely seeing what I would consider wheelie power. The one thing I will mention though is the rocket mode only stays on for a few seconds. It looks like it only stays on for like 10-15 seconds or so, and it automatically goes back to Rabbit. So that's kind of annoying. I'd like to be in rocket mode all the time. I'm sure there's some software we can program to get that to stay on, but let's try that again. That was really cool. I'm gonna go over here where there's a little more room for rocket mode. Oh yeah, I mean, the bumps are nothing on this thing. It just rolled over those logs like it was nothing. All right, so let's try rocket mode here. I'm gonna roll up and see how it feels. Just get moving and oh yeah, wheelie time. Woo! Look at that, huh? Oh yeah, that front end comes right up. Jeez. So rocket mode definitely is the move with this bike. That feels amazing. This thing has got some nuts. So for a completely stock bike, I'm really impressed with the power. It feels like a solid 10 kilowatts. I'll say that. I mean, it's advertised as 12, but it feels strong. We'll get it on the dyno eventually and see what that means. But man, that's impressive. And I really like the Rabbit mode. This mode to me is the most useful for like terrain. Let's see if I can go over those, actually, now that I'm here. This pile of logs, let's see how it does. No problem at all. Nothing. This thing's wood's capable, for sure. Wow. There's a little bump over here. Let's hit this little mini jump, huh? Not a problem at all. The suspension's awesome. I'm actually really impressed. This bike feels really good, guys. Man, this is addicting. Here's some really soft stuff. Let's go through this. No problem at all. Man. Nice and stable. Yeah, this is good. Guys, this is really good. Yep. I'm gonna call this confidence inspiring. Wow. Well, that's really good. So on the farm, I mean, obviously we can't really wring this thing out too much, but you can see, I mean, this thing's got a lot of potential. We're gonna get this thing out on some trails. I'm gonna go take this thing for a hard ride and see what it feels like, because so far, I can tell you, this is better than a SURRON. Way better. And what's even better about it is, it's the same price. And with the power level that you get for this out of the box, you're never gonna touch this with a SURRON. You're never gonna touch this with a SURRON. It's not a huge bike. It feels really, really nice. It has a lot of guts suspension wise. Look, I ran over some dog poop and I didn't get it on me. That's a good plus. I mean, in order to get a SURRON to this level, you gotta spend $5,000–6,000 on top of the bike. You'd be spending 12 grand on a SURRON before you get it to this performance level. So guys, this is it. This is the one. This is the new stuff. I'm really excited about this. Stay tuned for a lot more. We're gonna do it. We're gonna run this thing on the dyno. We're gonna do a lot of tests. This is pretty much the first impressions and introduction to this bike. And stay tuned, because hopefully we can even make it better. You know, true Jack fashion. I can't leave stuff alone. Anyway, hope you're enjoying this as I am. I'm about to go for a nice ride. I'll see you guys in the next one.